Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we will be looking at JavaScript operators. Buckle up because this is a bit of a wild ride. There are many different types of operators in JavaScript, namely arithmetic, assignment, comparison, string, logical, bitwise, ternary, and type. We will be going over each category in turn. We will be starting off with arithmetic, the tried and tested math operators. In JavaScript, there is precedence, much like in normal maths. A link to the full precedence list can be found in the description. Here we can see a full list of the arithmetic operators. Let's go through them quickly. Plus is just addition, minus is subtraction, star is multiplication, star star is exponentiation, slash is division, percent sign or modulo is modulus, that is the remainder of any division, plus plus is increment, and minus minus is decrement. Don't worry, we will go through each one of these with examples. Typical arithmetic operations are done on two numbers. They can be number literals, such as 350 plus 70, which will give us 420. They can be variables, so n1 equals 10, n2 equals 11, and n sum equals n1 plus n2, which will give us an output of 21. You can also mix and match these into expressions. So in this case, n increased by equals 2, and n new total equals, in brackets, because of the precedence, 50 plus 50 times n increased by, which will give us 200. Here's just a quick example of the operand and operator. In this example, 66 and 44 are the operands and plus is the operator. We will very briefly go over each one of the basic operators. First up is addition. n1 is 50, n2 is 2, so total equals n1 plus n2, which is 52. Next we have subtraction. n1 equals 50, n2 equals 2, and n total equals n1 minus n2, which is 48. Multiplication. n1 equals 50, n2 equals 2, n total equals n1 times n2, which gives us 100. Division. n1 equals 50, n2 equals 2, n total equals n1 divided by n2, which gives us 25. Now, before we carry on to the modulo or modulus operator, just a note on division. In arithmetic, the division of two integers produces a quotient and a remainder. So the division operator will give you the quotient, which is in turn the number of times it goes into that number, and the following operator, modulus, will provide you with that remainder. So in this case, n1 equals 50 and n2 equals 2, n total equals n1 modulo n2. The output of this is 0 as 2 goes into 50 25 times with no remainder. The increment operator literally just adds 1 to whatever number you give it. So in this case we are saying n1, which is 50, plus plus, which will give us an output of 51. The decrement operator works in the exact opposite way. So rather than adding 1, it will minus 1. So in this case, n1, which is 50, minus minus, will give us an output of 49. Next we have exponentiation. In this case, n1 equals 50, n2 equals 2, so n total equals n1 to the power of n2. That will give us 2,500. That is equivalent to saying 50 times 50. Next we will be looking at the assignment operators. The assignment operators are similar to the arithmetic operators, however, they are a short form of those. So I won't go over the examples again. However, here I have a list of the operator and an example of what it is equal to. So let's just go through them quickly. First operator is equals, which will just assign one value to another. Next we have plus equals. This will add the provided number to the current one. This is equivalent to saying n1 equals n1 plus n2. Minus equals will subtract the provided number from the current one. So in the example, n1 equals n1 minus n2. Times equals will multiply the current number with the provided number. Divide equal does very much the same. It will just take the current number and divide it by the provided number. Modulo equals will take the current number and divide it by the provided number, but it will only provide you with the remainder of that. The times equals will do the exponentiation for you. So in this case, n1 equals n1 exponent of n2. Now we'll be looking at the comparison operators. Comparison operators allow you to compare two things together. First off, we have the equals equals. This is just equal to. Next, we have the three equals. This is equal to in value and type. Then we have not equals. This is the opposite of equals to. It checks that A is not equal to B. Next we have not equal to in value or type. Then we have greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. Next we will look at some comparison examples. 1 equals 1 is true. Next we will look at equal to in value and type. 1, 3 equals 1 is true. However, string 3 equals 1 is false, as the first one is a string. Next we have not equal to. 1 not equal to 1 is false, as 1 does equal 1. Next we have not equal to in value or type. String 1 not equals to 1 is false. The reason for this is the type is not the same, but the number still is. As this is an OR operator, if either one are true, this will return false. Greater than, 2 greater than 1, that's true. Less than, 2 less than 1, that is false. Next we have the greater than or equal to, 4 greater than or equal to 4, true. Next we have the less than or equal to, in this case 3 less than or equal to 4, that is true. Next we have the ternary operator. The ternary operator is a recent addition to JavaScript, which is essentially a short form if statement. In this case, we are checking if the value is true, then you add a question mark, provide the value if it's true, double dots, then provide the value if false. The ternary operator is very similar to the if statement. So in this case, if a value is true, then it will return the value if true, otherwise return the value if false. Next we'll be looking at the string comparisons. Just some note on string comparisons. All operations with arithmetic work on strings. Any arithmetic with numbers and strings will always return a string, and string comparisons are done alphabetically. This will provide you with some strange results if you're not paying attention. Now let's look at some examples to better understand. So first we'll check a string comparison. Is the letter A smaller than the letter B? It's true, as A comes before B. Comparing numbers as strings. Is 20 smaller than 5? The output is true, because this is checked alphabetically, not the actual values. Now we're using the addition operator, also known as a concatenate. This essentially will take a string and add it to another string. So in this case, string 1 is hello, string 2 equals world. So string done equals string 1 plus string 2, which will output hello world. You can also use the plus equals operator. So in this case, string 1 equals hello. Then we have string 1 plus equals world. This will output hello world. Just to make a point on the string and arithmetic operators, strings in arithmetic will always convert everything to a string if there is a string in there. So the first test is just a standard number 10 plus number 10, that will give us 20. The number 10 plus string 10 will give us 1010. That's because it is converting the first 10 into a string and concatenating rather than trying to add these two numbers together. Lastly, we'll just take the word world with an exclamation mark and plus 10. That will give us world exclamation 10. Now let's look at logical comparisons. There are only 3 of those. In this case, ampersand, ampersand, which is and, pipe, pipe, which is or, and exclamation point, which is not. Logical operators essentially allow us to check multiple comparisons and chain them together. Now let's look at some logical comparison examples. 1 equals to 1 and 2 equals to 2, that is true, as both need to be true in order for it to return true. Next we have or. If either one of these two comparisons are true, then it will return true. In this case, 1 does not equal to 2, however, 2 does equal to 2. Next we have the not operator. This will essentially invert whatever the result is. So in this case, the output is true, as 1 does not equal to 2, but applying the not will invert that, and thus we get true. Now let's look at the type operators. There are only 2 type operators. The type of operator will return the type of the variable or object that you have provided. So if you say type of number, it will return a number. Next we have instance of. This just checks if the provided value is an instance of an object. This is a little bit advanced, so we will go through this at a later point. For now, we will leave it at that. And I just want to go over the ternary operator once again. Ternary is a shorthand for an if statement. So 1 equals to 1. If that is true, it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. This is the same as writing it in a full if statement. If 1 equals to 1, then return true, else return false. And once again, congratulations, you have leveled up in programming. As always, I would just like to say thank you very much for all the support and feedback that I've gotten thus far. I hope to see you again in the next video.